I welcome back everyone. In the previous classes, we have discussed only the introduction for computer and then for computer programming, isn't it? So today in this class, we are going to discuss about how should plan and develop the computer programming. Okay. Before doing anything, we should have a proper plan. Without plan, we cannot do a thing properly. As like here, before writing any computer program, we should have a proper plan how we are going to write the program. What are the steps to be followed to write the program? Likewise, okay. So here, planning the computer program has some set of steps. Under this title, we are going to see all those things in brief, okay. Before that, what is a program? Program is nothing but a sequence of instructions, which we have seen already while we discuss about the introduction of computer, isn't it? Where we have seen some of the computer terminologies, hardware, software, everything we were discussed, isn't it? In that, what is software? Software is set of instructions or sequence of instructions which is going to tell the computer what to do, how to do everything, okay. The same definition will be applicable for a program because program is also a software, okay. Program is a sequence of instructions that tell a computer how to do a task. When a computer follows those instructions, we can say that it executes the program. To plan and develop a computer program, there are some set of steps that should be followed. Let us see those steps. The various stages in the development of a computer program are: the first one, problem definition; second one, program design; third one, coding; fourth one, debugging; fifth one, testing; sixth one, documentation; and seventh one, maintenance. Now you just imagine there is a function at your home. How you will prepare yourself? There will be number of process and preparations for the function. Right, my costume should be like this. My hairstyle should be like this, and I'll wear these kind of ornaments. Likewise, we will prepare ourselves for the function. In the same way, while we write a program, we should have some procedure to be followed to write a program. So these are the different stages or steps which should be involved for the development of a computer program. So in that, the first one, problem definition. First, the problem should be defined clearly. We shall think generally. If you are going to solve any problem between two peoples, before solving we should know that what is the problem actually between them, isn't it? Without knowing the actual problem, we cannot solve it. As like here, before developing the source code to solve a particular problem, we should know properly, we should have the thorough understanding about the problem. That is the first step of program development. That is called here as problem definition. In this step, the problem has to be defined formally. That is, all the factors like what is the input for this problem to solve and what should be the output for the problem, and how it is going to be processed, and what are the requirements for the processing, how much of memory space it requires, and if there is any errors, how we are going to handle those errors, and interfacing. In case if a program is going to interact with other program, we should think about the interfacing. So all these things should be taken into the consideration before writing the source code. So all these considerations will be the first step of programming development. Problem solving is the core of computer science, isn't it? If we take a computer, it is going to solve our problem. What we are giving will be solved by the computer. So that is what actually the core of computer science. Anyway, the computer cannot decide itself. What is the problem? I am going to solve like this. In that way, the computer cannot think. So that is also should be programmed by the programmer. By computer itself cannot decide anything, isn't it? So a programmer first should understand how this problem will be solved by a human being, isn't it? If this problem is handed over to the human, how he will solve it. Likewise, the system should solve. It may not have different way to solve the problem, but system may have the best way of solving process. So that first the programmer should think about the human being, how a particular problem will be solved by the human. Okay. And then we have to understand how to translate this algorithm into something a computer can do. Okay, we will have like an algorithm, that is step by step process. First I have to do this, then I have to do this. Likewise, we may have like an algorithm of the solving process, but it cannot be understood by the computer directly. It should be converted into some format which can be understood by the computer. For that, we have to see how to write a specific syntax to done the job. Okay, so as we discussed, for a program development there are some steps. Using these steps only, a person or a programmer can develop a program to perform a task. What are the steps we have discussed? First one, problem definition, and then program design, then coding, debugging, testing, documentation, and then maintenance. So these are the steps should be included to develop a program to perform a task. In that, now we are discussing the first step, that is problem definition. Okay, problem means something should be given to solve. That's all. Problem is not a bigger problem. Something will be given to the computer to solve. That's all. Okay. But before solving the problem, we should have the clear knowledge about the problem. That is what we are telling. That is comes under the step problem definition. Okay. If we given by a task, first we should think about the task, how it can be solved, what are the steps are there to solve the problem, and what are the things I need to solve this problem. Likewise, we should have a thorough knowledge about the problem. So that is what given here. And then we can say some of the steps in solving the problem. Step 1, identify the problem. So first we should identify what is actually the problem. Okay, and then next step, understand the problem. Then we should understand this is what the actual problem. And in third step, identify the alternative ways to solve the problem. Okay, for this I can give you an example. Imagine now we are in Puducherry. We have to reach from Puducherry to Chennai. I give you the task. Okay, now you just move from Puducherry to Chennai. What you will do first, you will think about the path, in which route I am going to travel, isn't it? So how you will think, what are the possibilities for the route? First choice is ECR, and second one is through Dindivanam. Likewise, there are many different ways. So among from all these possibilities, which will be your best one? How you will select the path? Maximum of your choice will be ECR, isn't it? Why you will select ECR? Because you can have a smooth travel, there will be no more traffic, and you can have beach side. There are many advantages to choose the ECR. Okay. Likewise, if we have given with the problem, first we should think about the problem. First we should have a thorough knowledge about the problem, and then we should think about the possibilities to solve the same problem. Problem is single one, but there will be different possibilities to solve the problem. That is the third step. And fourth step, select the best way to solve the problem from the list of alternative solutions. Now we have different solutions for a single problem. From that, we have to select the best one. As we said, there are many routes to reach Chennai from Puducherry, but we are choosing the best one, isn't it? So likewise, there might be number of possibilities to solve a problem, but from that we have to select the best one. That is the fourth step. And fifth one, list the instructions that enable you to solve the problem using the selected solutions. Okay, we have chosen a particular solving procedure, but to follow that there will be some instructions. If we consider our example, if we choose ECR to reach Chennai, there will be some instructions which will be given by your well-wishers. That is, go slowly, concentrate on the speed brakes, and obey the signal. While you travel, watch who are crossing the roads. Likewise, you may get many instructions while you travel from Puducherry to Chennai. Okay, as like while we are going to solve the problem, there might be some instructions that should be followed to make a solution. And step 6, evaluate the solution. Just we are going to implement to make a solution. Okay, so these are some of the steps which is involved in problem solving. Here now we are going to develop a program using the steps. Now we are in first step, that is problem definition. Here we are taking the problem that is adding two numbers. Okay. Then the second step is program design. Okay. Now we got clear idea about the problem. The taken problem is adding two numbers. Okay. It is defined now clearly. Now we are going to move to the next step, that is program design. Okay. The problem definition will be as a paragraph. It cannot be understood easily by the programmer, so that it should be designed. There are many tools to make a design like algorithms and flowcharts and so on. Okay. So here we are taking two, that is algorithm and then flowchart, to make a program design. In that the first one, algorithm. The definition for algorithm is a step-by-step procedure which defines a set of instructions to be executed in a certain order to get the desired output. Okay. Now the defined problem should be converted as a step-by-step process. Okay. After the problem has been clearly defined, a sequence of steps must be formulated. These steps are called an algorithm. For example, we shall write an algorithm for the taken problem. The taken problem is adding two numbers, isn't it? So for that, first step should be always start the program. Okay. Whenever we are writing the algorithm, first step should be start the program. And the next step, to add two numbers in the computer, we need three variables. Two variables are to store two numbers, and the third variable is to store the answer. Okay. Totally we need three variables, so that the next step is declare the variables A, B and C. Here A and B is going to have the numbers which should be added, and C is going to be store the answer. Okay. And all the three variables are going to have the number, so that the data type should be integer. That is given here as a statement, that is declare the variables A, B and C as integer data type. Okay. Now the variables are declared. Now it may have some memory space in the computer. What should be the next step? Get the values from the user for A and B. So to add two numbers, we need some number, isn't it? Now just we have the variables, we have no values. For that, first we should receive the values for A and B. That is the third step. And then next step is, now we got the values for A and B. What we have to do next? We should add it. That's all. So add the values of A and B and store the answer in variable C. So now both the values should be added. Then we will get an answer that should be stored in the variable C. Now C is having the added value. And in fifth step, display the value of C to the user. Now we got the answer. User requirement is addition of two numbers, isn't it? So they have given two numbers. Now our program added two numbers, and we should give the answer to the user as a reply. So display the value of C to the user. Now the process is done, so that stop the program. Okay. So this is what the way to write an algorithm. Planning the program has some number of steps. In that first one, problem definition we have discussed, and next step is program design. For the program design, we have taken two things, that is algorithm and then flowchart. In that first one, algorithm, that is what we have discussed now, how we have to write an algorithm. Okay. All the algorithms should have the first step as start the program and the last step as stop the program. Okay. And then next step, after start the program, we should declare the variables whatever we need. And then we should get a values, and after getting values, it should be processed based on the task, and then we have to display the answer to the user. So this is what the normal way to write an algorithm. An algorithm can be described in many ways, such as natural language, graphical format, that is called flowchart, and notations, etc. Whatever it may be, but an algorithm cannot be understood by the computer directly. It should be converted into machine understandable format using any one of the programming language. Okay. Now we have seen only the algorithm. There is one more thing for program design, that is flowchart. Let us see those things in next class. I hope you'll understand. I'll meet you next class. Thank you.